everyone's Jawless Paul here. We are finally doing it. We're finally making the video that people have been asking for since the creation of this channel. We're finally going to rank every fish in the game Hades by Supergiant. In Hades, Hades is a roguelite action game, but you're still able to stop and enjoy a short bout of fishing in certain rooms. So they've created these beautiful fish for us. These are what they've created so far. This video was created on February 29th. This is the long winter update. So these are all the fish we have currently. I expect more fish to be created as time goes on. Supergiant is an excellent company in that way, so I fully expect them to supply us with even more fish as time goes on. All right, we're going to rank them. We have 5 rankings. We have S, Pisces of the gods. We have A, tremendous fish. B, good fish. C, just a fish. Or D, bad fish. Now, I hate to give any of these fish the label of bad, but in the interest of science and patronage of the arts, I feel I have to give my critical eye. I have to lend my critical eye to this assortment. So, without further ado, let's start with we'll start with the Charp or Carp, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The Charp is a very wonderful fish. As you can see, it's got a lot of potential here. Let's zoom in just a touch. All right, it's got a lot of potential. It's got beautiful coloring. The orange and the white and the turquoise, and notably the long mustache like protuberances from its face. This is a tremendous fish. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a tremendous fish and should be ranked as such. Look at the elegance of the angles of the flow of its body. You can imagine filleting the Charp and finding a full skeletal system that you would expect in a fish. So the Charp is clearly a tremendous fish. It's found in Elysium. It's the rare fish found in Elysium and grants 2 nectar when turned into the cook or the chef in the lounge in the House of Hades. Next we'll talk about the Clam or the Clam, depending on how you pronounce it. I'm not no judgment. However you do that. The Clam is found in Elysium. It's the basic fish that you can find in Elysium. Grants 1 nectar when turned into the chef. The Clam is loosely modeled on the overworld fish called the Clam. All right, you can tell by the hard shell that it's encased in, and also note the cute little eyes peeking out from underneath the clam shell there. This is a good fish. This is definitely in the ranking of good fish, and it's the eyes. It's the eyes that brought me over the edge on this one. Okay. Next, we have the Crustacean or Crustacean, depending on how you would pronounce it. The Crustacean is also based on a overworld fish. This is based on the lobster fish that you may know about, you may have heard of. Perhaps you've been to red lobster, and then you'd be very familiar with this fish. But the Crustacean, it also has a magnificent mustache, okay? And it's also got adorable little eyes, okay? The coloring is very vibrant. It's got orange coloring and a little bit of pink on the edges, contrasted with this deep gray that you find here on its carapace. This is also a good fish, I'd say. It definitely fits within the good fish ranking. It looks delicious. It resides in lava pools, okay, which is definitely in its favor, right? And it's a rare fish. It grants 2 keys if you were to turn it into the chef, and it's found in Asphodel. And I don't know what else to say about it. I'm going to point out once again the magnificent mustache here. Okay. Next we have the Flame Eater fish. The Flame Eater fish is the legendary fish found in Asphodel. Some notable features of the Flame Eater fish is the gaping maw. Presumably, this is the orifice in which the Flame Eater fish eats flame. Is through this entry point. You can see the tentacles which beckon and assist the flame on its way into the digestive system of the Flame Eater. Okay, so we've got there's a lot going on with this fish. Okay, it's got little bat wings here, little red eyes. It's got some squid. It's got some jellyfish. And it's quite a creation, I must say. That being said, it doesn't have cute eyes, nor does it have a mustache. The bat wings don't save it. I believe this is a fish. This is a fish. Okay, many positive points to this, but we are going to categorize it as a fish and not a good fish or a tremendous fish. Next, this grants you 3 keys, and it's found in Asphodel. This is the gup. All right. The gup is found in the river Styx, in the Temple of Styx, in the game Hades. And the gup is the basic fish. It grants gems when turned into the cook in the House of Hades. The gup is loosely based on the guppy fish, and perhaps also based on a tadpole, which is the larva state of a frog before it sprouts legs and arms. You can see its eye is not what one would classify as cute. It looks to be a blind eye. It looks to be perhaps a cataract issue going on with this eye. And so I'm going to categorize it as a bad fish. If I were to pull this from the ocean or the river Styx, I would not wish to eat it, nor would I wish to stuff it and mount it on a wall. And therefore, unfortunately, this is a bad fish. This is a bad fish, friends. The gup from the river Styx. All right. Now, we have the hellfish. I apologize. The hellfish is very long and therefore cannot fit within the square provided by the Tier Maker website. So we have just the middle portion of the hellfish. Now, you have to take my word for it, but the hellfish does have adorable little eyes. The hellfish is a crab of some kind, presumably, though the crab features are within the shell, so we cannot confirm or deny that it is a crab. So this is assumptions on my part. The crab, the Hellfish here has some coloration on the edges that are quite lovely. Quite lovely colorations here. And the shell is quite beautiful. Geometrically designed with this angling pattern here. And then you can't see it, but there's a curly Q that extends behind it. Friends, I'm gonna classify this as a fish. It's a fish. It's not a bad fish. The eyes do give it points, but there just aren't that many features. I'll be honest, there are not all that many features to bring it forward in the ranking system. So it is a fish. The Knucklehead. All right, the Knucklehead is the rare fish found in Tartarus and Grant's Gems. Oh, I didn't mention the Hellfish Grant's Gems is found in Tartarus as well. It's the basic fish. Knucklehead is the rare fish. You can see why it has the name head in its name, because the head of the fish very much looks like the skull of a human head. It has two eyes peeking out from behind from the eye sockets of the skull, and it has a set of teeth and a lower mandible, much in the same way that a human skull has. It's also slightly translucent, and so you can see the interior of the fish here, just there. All right. So the Knucklehead is it gets points for its skull-shaped head, and it's got some beautiful green coloration, and so I'm going to rank this as a fish. Okay, this is a fish. It's neither good nor bad, but does fit the category of a fish, which I like very much. I like the Knucklehead a lot. This is no disrespect to put a fish in the fish category. All right. Now, next we have the Matty. The Matty appears to be a fish with stars located inside of it, a sparkling solar system or universe or galaxy, excuse me, is the word I'm looking for. Galaxy within its body. This is a wonder of physics, truly. There's also a giant eyeball. From what I can tell, it's an iris and a pupil. There's a lot going on. I wish I could show you its full body. It was cut off. The tail, there's not much to see. It is a indistinct paddle of a tail, but the face is in its basic line is quite cute. All right, I give it a B for cute, for sure. But the Matty, because it contains a universe within its body, the Matty is a tremendous fish. Okay, some may find that to be a controversial ranking for this, but if you were to zoom in on the Matty or gaze closely at the Matty, you would be able to see that every one of these little points is a star with its own orbiting planets, with their own ecosystem. So the Matty really has a lot going on here. Tremendous fish. Tremendous. Okay. Next, we have the Pro Jelly. The Pro Jelly is loosely based on the jellyfish of the overworld, the world that you and I reside in, now since we are alive. The Pro Jelly has tentacles. The Pro Jelly has sinister eyes and what appears to be a Spanish era collar, as seen by worn by the nobility in Spain around the time of Shakespeare and Christopher Columbus. The Pro Jelly is clearly, and I don't believe anyone will argue with me, the Pro Jelly is Pisces of the gods. Okay, it is found in the Chaos realm, as is the Matty, which makes sense considering the universe residing within the Matty. Okay, so the Pro Jelly is Pisces of the gods. It's got tentacles, which are revered among those who know. So I give the Pro Jelly a spot at the top. Not only that, but the Pro Jelly is the rare fish found in the Chaos Realm, and provides blood, Titan blood, when turned into the chef. Titan blood is a very valuable resource and allows you to get weapon aspects and upgrade weapon aspects. So all of these things point to a clear position at the top ranking, the S tier rank for fish. Next, we have the Scuffer. The Scuffer is based on the overworld pufferfish, but with cute little eyes and a surprised mouth, and then little elf ears, and a revolting toupee on the top of its head. Pufferfish are known for being poisonous if eaten when not properly cooked, but also very delicious. Japanese cuisine uses the pufferfish, and so the Scuffer, though a delicacy, is also very dangerous. It's a very dangerous fish. For my money, though, I have to put the Scuffer into the bad fish category. The surprise look in its face does not convince me. I'm not actually convinced that it's surprised. If it weren't for the fact that it were ballooned out like this, I would actually think that it was not surprised at all. It's not fooling anyone. Okay. Next. Oh, and excuse me. The Scuffer is found in the Temple of Styx for gems. Enough said. This is the Scyllascion. The Scyllascion. This fish is perhaps based on the eel. The eel fish found in the waters of the overworld. Eel is a delicacy, not a delicacy. It's a food for many cultures. Eel was used in a lot of British cooking. I know it's used in a lot of Chinese cooking. And this eel appears to have the head of a dragon and tiny little wings as well. The Scyllascion is found in the waters of Tartarus, grants gems when turned in to the chef. Because of its face like a dragon and its menacing appearance, this is also a Pisces of the gods. Okay, this fish is to be revered, respected, and given all reverence among fish. So, plus the name Scyllascion is really cool. That's a really cool name. All right. Next, we have the sea mare. Now, when they named this fish the sea mare, they made an error because this is not, in fact, a sea mare. This is based on the overworld fish known as the dragonfish. All right, so this should be a sea dragon. If I were king of the world, I would rename it into a sea dragon. This fish has a lot going on. This is a tremendous looking fish. The curlicues of its little protuberances all over its body, its little ears / eyebrows, its majestic curve. All right, meant to all meant to allow it to blend into its weedy environment in Elysium. The waters of Elysium have a lot of seaweed growing in them, and the sea mare fits right in there. The sea mare is Pisces of the gods as well. There's no question in my mind about that. The sea mare is so magnificent, and really, if stared at for too long, will mesmerize the viewer, and you will find yourself hypnotized, and hours will have gone past, and you won't even be aware of it. So I urge caution when looking at the sea mare. Next, we have the Slavic. Okay, the Slavic is the basic fish found in asphodel when fishing in lava. The Slavic provides keys, one key to be exact. Slavic provides a key, and it has some things going on. It has some notable features. It's got some eyes that look to be watching and ever aware. It's based on the possibly the slug, possibly the snail as found in the overworld. I'm not sure what this purple section is, if it's a shell or if it's just more sluggish material. To my eye, it does look shell-ish, so perhaps more based on a snail than a slug. This is a bad fish, however. All together, it's a bad fish because of its the confusion around whether it's a slug or a snail puts me off just a little bit, and its eyes are perhaps a little bit menacing in the way that they look. Okay, so the Slavic ranks in the D bad fish category. All right, this is the Stonewhal. Stonewhal is it's the fish found in the river Styx. It's found in Styx. It grants gems, the most gems, and it is the only legendary fish that I personally have caught. So I have experienced this fish firsthand. All right, I've experienced this fish firsthand. It's got a horn used for skewering other river-dwelling fish. It has some gray and purple coloration throughout its body. I do like the arc of its body. This is beautiful. The line there. Perhaps I'll put it in the tremendous fish. All right, it's a tremendous fish that you can find in the waters of Styx. And it's not cute. It is a little bit ugly, but the coloration, the purple is quite attractive, and the sword at the tip is very menacing. This is perhaps loosely referencing the narwhal whale as found in the oceans of the overworld on planet Earth. Yeah, and so that is the Stonewall. Perhaps it is also a pun. There's a famous general named Stonewall Jackson, and so perhaps it is referencing that in an odd attempt at humor. All right, next and finally, we have the Void Skate. Now, the Void Skate is the legendary fish found in the Chaos Realm. The Void Skate grants ambrosia when turned into the chef. So to the denizens of the underworld, the Void Skate is considered the greatest delicacy that there is, because that chef would not be willing to trade away ambrosia for any other reason. Void Skate is, I believe, based on the manta ray that we find in our overworld waters, and it's got beautiful coloration. It also appears to have stars and a galaxy within it, which is very, very impressive indeed. Very impressive. So the Void Skate, the coloration is very nice. the line and its little jaunty tail down here are quite attractive. Its little antenna with the pink tip is very smart looking. This is a tremendous fish. It's a tremendous fish and not Pisces of the gods. You may be thinking, why is this not Pisces of the gods? Well, I'll tell you. When up against these three legends of aquamarine life, it can't hold up. It cannot hold up. Though it is elegant, though it is beautiful, it can't hold a candle to these other fish. So for that reason, it occupies the tremendous fish category. Now, as I look at this list, I might make one small adjustment. I will do this to adjust it. All right, I'll move this down, and I'll move that up. All right, the flame eater should be perhaps a good fish. I hope that this list brings you as much joy as it brought me to make. I should have taken that away at the very beginning. I hope that this list has given you as much joy to watch as it was for me to make. If I were to rank, okay, I should rank all of these from best to worst, and actually, the Pro Jelly is without a doubt the number one fish there. Okay, but we might do that, and we might do that. Okay, for that ranking. Here, Crustacean comes after the Flame Eater. This is about where I would put that, and then perhaps like that. So at the very bottom of the pile, we have the gup, nauseating and to be pitied, the gup. And at the very top, the Pro Jelly, master of all other fish. Friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you agree with me, please give it a like. Or if you disagree with me, please also give it a like and leave a comment below telling me what you would change. What would be different in your tier list of all of the fish of Hades. Friends, we'll see you in the next one. Ooh. Oh, I think we got him. It's hard to believe, but I think we got him. Look at all that damage. What?